Thank you for tuning into Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. We're trying to get this channel to over 2K subs by the end of the year, and we cannot do that. This channel cannot do that without your support. So thank you for those who support this channel, and thank you for those who will support this channel in the future. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now, before we get into the video, I gotta mention a comment that I got that I thought was absolutely diabolical work, okay? Somebody in my last video commented, "Stay off the white lines, bro," or homie, whatever they said. I thought of it to be a little bit of a compliment, right? Because first of all, I am not on that booger sugar, okay? I am not on that Britney Spears, all right? But if I give you that crackhead energy, I'll take it. That's a compliment, okay? But today we're going to talk about a video. It's been out for a minute. And so I know a lot of you have probably seen this, and I've seen clips of this a minute ago. So you're going to get a real reaction from me today. So Michael J. White is giving Jon Jones tips on how he can utilize his techniques better. Now, I don't want to waste anybody else's time. We're going to get right into it. Let's go.
Okay. This is going to be great. Don't worry about Eric. So, the idea is this, right? The concept is this. Now, just react normal.
Yep.
All right? When I do this, you see his reaction.
Yeah.
Because almost everybody, when they kick, my hip is already going forward. Okay? It's like a sparring.
Yeah.
Did he react?
No.
Didn't react, did you?
No.
Right? See?
It's true. I'm going to leave y'all this real quick before we continue on in this video. Fighting is all about deception. And you could say fighting is all about speed and timing and power. Those are all great things and things to keep in mind. But when it comes to the game of fighting, what makes a fighter good to great is deception. Getting a person to think that you're going to do something, or getting them to think in general, will lead to deception. You're creating this illusion of doing a certain move to get your opponent to buy into it, to think that they're going to do a certain thing. Therefore, you react to that certain thing, and then you catch them. That's why you'll see a lot of feints from really good boxers, some really good strikers. You'll see feints because the purpose of a feint is for you to bite to it. It's for that person to read how you're going to react. Like, I set that trap. The next time I set that trap of illusion, of deception, I'm going to do exactly what I actually want to do. But first, I got to get him to buy that. I got to get him to buy that original movement first. So off the rip, White is showing a really important detail to fighting.
And cock. Watch.
Wait.
Right?
Wait.
No, I just but it's hard to...
Look at the size of this, man.
But the thing is, you didn't know the kick was coming.
No, that's right.
Because here it is. You see this? I didn't do this. He can't help it, right? No matter if you are advanced, you see this, he's going to react. But guess what? My power's down. My hips already turned. Where did my power go? Imagine where's all our power from the floor. It's coming from our hips, right? But imagine a punch like this. No more power. You're not turning. Now look at this. Just my hip.
Yes, sir.
This is just my hip. This has nothing to do with my leg.
Yeah.
Here, Watch, my hip is here. The opponent doesn't even see that I've caught this. Because when I do this, yeah, because, and now, so I'm doing this, it just looks like I lift my leg. But I'm doing this, part of the kick. Look at this. And with Jon's length, hit that.
It's so true. It's so true. People think who don't train in martial arts. I don't know how many people are boxing guys out there, kickboxing guys, karate, whatever you are in. There is a mutual understanding that with punches, that with kicks, first it starts from the ground up. If you don't have that drive from the ground, you're cutting out a bunch of power. And if you're not incorporating that hip motion, that flex in the hip, that's where the power comes from. A lot of people who aren't familiar with combat don't realize that the importance of hip rotation, the importance of driving from the ground up, it always starts from the ground into the hip. And all of that power from the ground to the hip translates into the kick. The leg is just the vehicle. The hip is the driver. The drive from the ground is the driver. That's very, very important, people.
So just like this. So it feels as innocent as this. I'm here. You don't think anything. I'm already here. From on this side, I pointed at you. So you have half the time to react to it. And so if I keep my hip back.
How's that look?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah. That's it. I'll hold you up. Or point your knee at me. Yes, that's it. You see that hip it's still got all the power to drive. Now keep turning it. Boom. That's how much you can drive me. And then bring it right back like alien. Like I'm going. So we do it like this. Up, drive, and back.
You teach me this, Alex.
I know.
Pushing it.
Yeah. So you bring it up. Yeah. But bring it up with your hip, but keep your hip back there. So if your hip's back there, you got all that power to drive, boom. You know what I mean? And then back. So my hip
Yes.
is back. Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
Ready? Boom, that's
Yes.
it. That,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
power, and that's halfway. You could push past me. You know?
Yes.
You're going, boom. See, look how far past me you could push. And so when you get here, you're planted again. It's not like you're here, then you be pushed over. You're snapping, boom. Here. Yes. Yes, and for you, that's like a 2-foot distance. We're going.
Yo, Mike made me a believer today, bro.
Michael was showing some very important information there, and I have an extensive kickboxing and Muay Thai background, and so what Michael was trying to say, right, that when you're throwing a knee or even a kick, stopping here, you see how the hip, I don't know if y'all can see, the hip isn't, it's first it comes from a loaded stance. Your hip is already loaded. You see that? That's what we call loaded. When you're unloading the knee, when you're unloading it, there's that extra pop. There's that extra here, and then there's more to it. You have to extend the hip out. That is where you get that extra power, that extra snap. It's not just lifting your leg up. It's lifting and driving through. Lifting and driving through. That is where the power comes from. And so I think Michael that was a beautiful thing to show, because I think a lot of people miss that, especially those who don't train, especially in heavy kicking style martial arts, is that extra hip hop and mobility when you're throwing these kicks and throwing these knees does not come from the leg itself. It comes from the drive from the ground into the hip and pushing it forward. That is where that burst comes from. Man, I get so passionate about these things. I taught Muay Thai for a while. I taught kickboxing for a while. I competed before for 10 fights. And so when these sorts of things come up, man, I eat it up. I eat it up, people. So hopefully some of you gain some sort of understanding and some sort of knowledge in the importance of fundamentals and the little things that come with body control and body understanding of how the mechanics behind your body and what is the most efficient way of producing the most power, the most speed, and the most damage. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Comment down below what you think about this video. What are your experiences with martial arts and the importance of the hips and driving from the ground? I'd love to get your take on it. So comment down below, people, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.